Guided meditation, the pine forest. Let's go on a journey, a spiritual journey of self-discovery. You should be comfortable, warm, and either lying or sitting, so that you can really focus inwardly. You should also have a pen and paper to note down any observations at the end of this meditation. If you need to, pause the recording now and get yourself ready. Okay, close your eyes and focus on your breathing. As usual. Breathing in love, light, and positive thoughts. Breathing out the cares of the world and any current thoughts which may distract you. Focus on your breathing. Now, visualize that you're standing on the edge of a pine forest in Scotland. A proper pine forest of Scots pines, with the trees spaced out so that we can easily walk amongst them. See the sun glinting on the brown-red bark, wrinkled like a dinosaur's skin. Walk with me into this forest of trees, our feet sinking slightly into the moss and heather that's carpeting the ground. Feel that springy contact which your feet have. Listen to the wind soughing through the upper canopy. We're at one with the peace of nature. As we progress on our journey, pause for a moment and listen to the other sounds around. Crested and long-tailed tits flitting around in little groups with high-pitched twitterings. The drumming of a woodpecker in the distance somewhere. Above us, and glimpsed periodically through gaps in the tree canopy, a wheeling buzzard calls out plaintively from time to time, scanning the ground for food. Lie down with me for a moment on this soft heather and moss carpet, and flood your senses with the atmosphere and scene around us. Focus on that scene. Really try to see the trees and undergrowth around you. Can you sense any wildlife? Give thanks for this natural beauty and environment which we have around us. Okay, so now we've reached a wide track, so we'll follow it. Our feet crunching slightly from time to time on the gravel, pine needles and twigs which lie around. Walk with me along the track. Remain tuned to the various sounds and senses which are all around us. Look to your left. There's an old tree stump where an ancient pine has been felled several years ago. Do you see anything on this tree stump? If you do, remember it for later. As we travel on, we can gradually hear louder and louder the burbling sound of a small stream. And now we've come alongside it, a tumbling sparkle of clear water, flowing over the bank in a little waterfall and disappearing off down the side of the track. It's like a gully with open areas of flowing water, broken up by overmantles of bramble, fern and grasses. Visualize the sound of that sparkling stream in your head. Look inward into your head and absorb these sensual experiences. Focus on your breathing. Breathe deeply and slowly. And really imagine yourself at peace in this Scottish forest. And now the track is flattened off, and there's a clearing in the trees. Our little stream is feeding into a small pond, a pond of sparkling, clear water. There are reeds and bracken round the edge of the pool, and a pair of mallard ducks swim peacefully in the middle. See the slight ripples of water as their feet tread the water below the surface. Sit with me on this fallen tree trunk. Listen to the silence, but gradually hear all the little sounds that are components of this apparent silence. Listen. Imagine. Appreciate. Now, approach the edge of the pool and look down into the water. You're not looking at anything specific, just looking into the depth of the water, into an extra dimension Look into that extra dimension. See the future, the past, scrying, as the ancient seers used to call it. What can you see concerning your own personal future? Or perhaps a realization from the past? If anything manifests, remember it for later. Continue to focus on the water's depths. Now we're continuing along the track. Above our heads, the canopy of these pine trees move and sway in the gentle winds. Unseen below our feet, the roots of the trees spread out like fingers, linking together and communicating through fungal growths and rhizomes. The forest is alive with energy and anticipation. As we stare ahead of us down the path, there appears to be a tunnel of light heading off into the distance. Looking for all the world like the corridor of light which we may experience when passing. The ultimate stage in our corporeal journey. But this is not our time. We've work still to do, developments to accomplish. At the end of the corridor of light, we can just make out the image of an ornate barrier closing off our way forward. Our current journey must reach a conclusion. What work do you have to do? What message? What thoughts are foremost in your mind at this moment? Remember them for future action. Many thoughts, many revelations, much to consider. And now it's time to return. Visualize yourself walking back along the track, past the pond, and the tree stump. Appreciate once more the sights, sounds, and even smells of this ancient Scottish forest. Walk over the soft carpet of moss and heather, feeling it flex slightly underfoot. And now you've come once more to the edge of the forest. looking out over moorland, with loch and mountains in the distance. You may have much to consider. Focus once more on your breathing, and in your own time, return to your normal state. If you've had any revelations or realizations during this guided meditation, take a moment to note down any thoughts you have for future consideration and action. Go with the flow of what comes into your mind. Trust it. Be confident. I'm Chris Sangster, and it's been an honour taking this journey with you in my native Scottish woodlands in our minds. Thank you for your company. Sláinte.